Welcome to Moonlight Truth Studios. For those of you that do not know, I am Mama So. Taurus, the energy of Taurus, whether this is your Chiron, whether this is your moon, your rising, whether this is your Lilith, your north node, south node, it doesn't matter, okay? It still connects somehow if you use your discernment to allow the information to come through for you. This is still a general message. I did do a Taurus season collective message that I will attach somewhere, maybe the information thing, or maybe put the video here at the bottom. I don't know. Did I just hit that? Anywho, like I said, I come with my faults, my flaws, my hiccups, and all my imperfections, interruptions, and irritations, and all of who I am holistically. So, enough of the jibber jabber. I do desire that everyone is doing well. If you are afraid of the dark, or if you are not truly a truth seeker and are ready to face the things that are blocking you on your path, then this may not be the place or the space for you. However, you may have a fellow brother, a fellow sister, cousin, uncle, or auntie, something that is of like mind and may need the message. Do share this as well. So, am I forgetting anything? I have some things that I am working on in the background. Okay. Really trying to get my apothecary and certain things of my little witchy, bitchy part of me that I do together. So I will gradually be making announcements here. Okay. But right now I'm not completely ready, but I have a couple of things that I've already been working on, a few things that I have already sent out to some friends and some family so I can get a little bit of a report, okay? Things that are for your physical body as well as your spiritual body, mental and emotional body. Supreme creative source, ancient of the ain't. I feel the need to do it again if I didn't. Of our greatest good and the highest vibration. What is it that me, we, the collective energy in the collective energy of Taurus need to know, see, or hear at this time? We are going to go beneath the surface. We're also going to look into the undercurrent as well as the haunted past. Know that this haunted past can be something of your past life, your ancestral life, or even your inner child as well, okay, within this current body. We may get an alignment as well as a superpower. We'll see how time goes. All right, Supreme, what is beneath the surface that needs to be seen at this time for Taurus? Ooh, love. It went to the flow. Okay. This is a shadow love. This feels like it may be a trigger. Okay. Let's see. Two-faced. Oh, we got some cuspers, Gemini cuspers, Taurus Gemini cuspers here. Playing with your emotions, insecure, not who you think. Hmm. What's beneath the surface? Playing with your emotions. Yeah, because the message within the collective in the season of Taurus, the Cancer energy, I left it out. The emotions, right? The things that we feel, the depth in which they feel here. Okay. This was in that message. I left it here on the table. So this is also family. This can be the people pleasing and denying a part of yourself, being two-faced to yourself, not loving your divine feminine, or not allowing your divine feminine to actually go and create, to bring the bounty into the home and keeping it suppressed within the self. Because the masculine part doesn't want to create or make the space to usher in the room for creativity that leads to the cornucopia, that leads to the stability, that leads to security. Okay. So I feel like, but with this being on shadow love, I feel like it's just the beneath the surface. Yes, that's why I'm here. You, the individual, the two-facedness to the individual, keeping the self segregated, not who you think. We're going to go into this a little further. I need some more cards with that. What's in the undercurrent? The undercurrent deals with the mental, emotional body. Okay. What's unseen or unknown or unheard that communicates from the space of the heart. Supreme, are we going here? This is a healthy deck. It is 3 combined. So let's be a little patient within the undercurrent. What do we need to see in the undercurrent? The key. Oh, Chiron. The key, the Chiron, the wounded warrior in which we are here to serve humanity with, our abilities in which we come to serve within our purpose, within our healing, our individual healing abilities. So, my Taurus, wherever your Chiron that is strongly coming in, check that message out as well. I will be taking my time to produce and to record because I have a lot of things going on. Okay. I am physical and spiritual in many different ways. Okay. Within responsibilities. But check out your Chiron. There may be a significance around that because there can be, because it says insincere. It could be a waiver within your values or not wanting to have to lose out on certain things within values. Leo is here as well. Yeah. Leo came up also in the collective message. The energy came very loud. And I know that Aries energy signature is still within this as well because it's trying to really push us when it's really a time for us to really ground and anchor ourselves down because we have to get prepared for whatever this emotional wave, that we're going to be experiencing differently in our life. These emotional waves are going to, they can be highs and they can be lows, but some of the lows feel like they're really heavy, like heavy sinkers. So if we have ourselves grounded in, anchored in, then we'll be able to have a more clear mind instead of having a split, divided mind. Yeah. Okay. The split and divided mind. Which deck? How do you want me to proceed? They want to go into the tarot that I do know. However, I do not see the deck just yet. I am seeing, but that's over there. Can we confirm? My opposition's deck, the two-faced deck. Ooh, okay, y'all. Okay, they gave me sure right in my. You saw me jerk, right? I hope you did. Anyway, rewind if you have to. Okay, so that's where it is. Okay, let's get that. Because it's two-faced is this deck all day. Okay, all day. I have all of these things around me, yet still no space. Anywho, just to give an example, see the two-facedness? Okay, this is the same energy with what's beneath the surface. Okay. I'm going to cleanse, and clear these, okay? Real quick with some of my Poof Be Gone powder. This is just my personal, so I'm working on my labels, but my little Poof Be Gone powder, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and get them shuffled up real good, and I will be back. So in that brief pause, they want me preparing these. We're still going to use the tarot, but the undercurrent and the haunted past, we're going to use this radiant sun to pull out some energy here. I feel like I need a little something else. I need to get some more of this. Some invigorating, uplifting energy, um, because it does feel a little heavy, but there is so much joy in this heaviness at the same time. Okay. Some of my Taurus energy, there will be some things that you're going to have to just let go of. You're just going to really have to get comfortable within those emotions and just severing the tides. You have to really look at the greater good within this and not the insecurities, you know, not thinking that something or someone is out against you, that is within this two-faced energy, not who you think, playing with your emotions. I do desire that Mama So does communicate or translate the information clearly for you. And if you are still here, I appreciate you as well. What do we need to see within the undercurrent for the two-faced energy for Taurus? Knock, knock. Smoky quartz, I heard, as well as rainbow fluorite at the time of my eyes being closed. So we have for the undercurrent. Ooh! Oh! That hits. Ooh. Seduction. This is Pisces Jupiter. First, let's address this pole, the seduction within the mind and emotional body. The seduction within the mind and the emotional body, Cancer. Then on the other side of this, what I see within the undercurrent here is that certain gifts and certain abilities that you possess within where your energy of Pisces is, this, it doesn't necessarily have to be in the 12th house, but wherever your Pisces, but mainly your Jupiter. So if your Pisces holds Jupiter, then this is where it's like what you have is going to be drawing, it's going to be magnetic, it's going to have a pull on people. And this can create in the undercurrent of your mind, like, is this really true? To really question this, these things that are happening, the intensity of the things that are going to be happening within your, because Pisces, that 12th house energy, that's that spirit, that's that all encompassing of all of the energies of 1 through 12, all within one energy. Okay. That then takes you into the 13th sign, which is in a different placement between, I think, Scorpio and Sagittarius, somewhere in between. But they don't speak about Ophiuchus. The hooked on phonics don't always work for Mama So, or Christelle, should I say. The earth and hollow that channels the messages. But I do desire that you catch what I'm saying here. But there's individual changes within balance as well that you're going to learn to discern. You're going to learn to discern what's really communicating within you. Is this my emotional trauma, or is this my intuitive emotion communicating? Okay, what do we need to see of this? Why did I hear that? I heard the word wretched pass. I am only the messenger. I am only the channeler. Okay. But I heard the wretched pass. Seems like, well, seduction, misuse of one spot. Ooh, 8th house energy. Interesting. Anywho, somebody's had a tough coming up. Something in the past. What do we need to see of the haunted past for my Taurus? Are you sure? Don't question. Status. Taurus. Jupiter. 2nd house energy. The partnership. the union, the cusp, the two-face, the portal. Portal access is here. It's on your side. It's like the things of the past where you were denied certain statuses, where you weren't seen about, your morals, your principles, and what you stood up for. It's like, certain habits or certain ways that you had for over the length of time, duration of time. It's like there's this energy, this crossing of this light and dark energy where it's like people misunderstood you, they took for granted of you, and it's like now there's something that it's going to ignite this haunted past into a shift that's going to bring in good changes and confidence, I hear, towards you and your discernment, and towards you and integrating the energies of your north and your south, or your masculine and your feminine, your spirit and your physical reality into one. This is also certain family members. I feel this is a status within certain family members in how they exchanged or how they went about money. So money is definitely within status. I'm hearing status quo, past families or past life situations, or even in this present, the haunting of the status quo. Did I say that right? The status of living the status quo. Can y'all give me another way? Living paycheck to paycheck, still being stable, but just not able to grow. Oh gosh, I know that energy. Is that the higher form? Yep, there you go. Taurus. It's the shadow. That's the change. That's the emotions. And yeah, the playing with your emotions, old belief systems, old ways, and what was valued within status, within the beliefs, traditions, the institutions, the ways about people, viewing and seeing people. Yeah, I do desire, I'm clear here. But anywho, let's go a little bit further. What do we need to see in this seduction? The Nine of Pentacles. This is good. Beware, I'm hearing it like this: beware of false prophets, the undercurrent within the mental, emotional body. Beware of false prophets. Pisces energy here as well. Beware of false prophets. So beware of those false spiritualists or false, energy healers. This discernment is really going to be needed. That came in. Beware of false prophets. Mental, emotional body. I'm also hearing lean not on your own understanding. I'm hearing to when you feel a conflict between, your emotional and mental body, it's really important for you to consult with your higher self. It's important for you to consult with your counterpart, your divine masculine and feminine energy within you, and and see how you can then resolve what is the best plan of action to resolve the I'm hearing the midlife crises or the life crises that you may be coming to approach or deal with. I don't know. Know that everything is figurative and literal. Okay, this can be something to come to pass. This can be a look. Okay, I deal on both sides of the coin, but I am a light worker that works for the shadow. Not for, but in the shadow. Yeah, let's clear that up. What do we need to see of the haunted past and the status? Where does the stem? What is the stem of the status in the past? because remember, Jupiter has two sides. You know, you can get an abundance of freaking expanded misfortunes, you know, and in the past, expanded misfortunes because of the not collaborating with the two parts within self, keeping everything separated and divided, which creates that insecurity and instability. Some of you have come to see how to manage through this strongly, and there's a great benefit for you with Uranus truly coming out of the house of Taurus. Some of you want to look different, your status, you want to look different, you want to feel different, you know, you want to have things a little more consistent within your life as well. And some of the playing of emotions can just be simply, you know, how are you going to change, or how are you going to make, yeah, make the alterations, make the shifts. Yeah, the Ace of Pentacles. There's physical proof around money in the past, whether this is ancestral, past life, or current. It's all still connected. It's all still interconnected in the present moment of now. Okay. So definitely physical possessions, you know, every time you get coins, it's gone. Someone's grabbing it, you know, you get the coin, you get the pinnacle, you get the possession, you get the car, you know, you get the whatever, you know, the invitation, and then it's just taken, it's just snatched away from you. This has been the past experiences, and this creates a divide within us, within our heart and our mind, and what we perceive and see as real or not real. And it causes us to be within that energy of seduction through the demoralization of one's own true character, you know. Right now, what I am doing in this moment of stillness is seeking the direction and how they desire for me to move forward. Are we going to move forward through the tarot, or are we going to move forward within a space of alignment, um, for you, and or a superpower? Yeah, because here we're at 20 something minutes. I heard refresh. I feel that refresh is something for you. That is also me refresh the cards. So that means to change the cards. But I feel like within this refresh, it's also something, yeah, because it's like you have a gift, you have a superpower, you have a particular energy right now that you may not see, that can benefit you in dealing with the things that this season is going to be bringing forward for you. You know, remember, everything is going to look different for everybody, okay? Everybody's life situation, home environment, family environment, mood, and all of that is going to be different. You know, it's going to show up in so many different ways, even in the Taurus energy. So there is the nine and the ace. This together, it's separated by the two-faced energy. But I see this integrating where there's another counterpart, there's another opportunity. And this other opportunity is going to allow the reality or the quality of life that you want to live, the value of life that you want to live, being able to have the resources that you need to actually achieve the things within your awakened physical reality. And this speaks to my heart as well, because I am a Taurus sun, um, Vedic and tropical. Okay, so that is a permanent fixture for me. Everything else within my other charts change. However, so I can definitely see that where this is bringing in not just the coming together first within the face of self, but then I'm seeing this energy because the thing of the past, it's looking forward. it's not looking at the past, and it's not facing each other, as still having the conversation, both parties, because the future is looking this way for me. Okay. But, and if it was in the past, then it would be, uh, it, I, look, anywho, so there's definitely something very valuable that has been learned from the past, from that aching, that other word that came through, that I don't recall at this time, but this haunting past is definitely something that has been learned. Let's get into astrological and what this aligned to action. The aligned action for Taurus, the collective energy of Taurus. Oh, partnership. Look, the aligned action is get ready for partnerships. Change your perspectives, your points of view. Okay, change your perspective. Okay, bring those two parts, integrate them together into one. View that's compromise where both parties can be happy, content, and the perception as well is in looking over the things of the past and what you have learned, what you have gained, even in the moments of the pain and the deep heavy emotions, and not feeling like you're worth any type of anything, or feel as though that you've lost a lot of possessions along the way, and you've constantly had to just start building bricks one by one all over again, however that may look for you. But there's a a need for you to change your mind. Okay, shift your mind, change your mind, the perception of your mind, so that it can come into alignment into the heartfelt energy that is nurturing to bring forth new growth. Okay, to bring forth new growth, emotional maturity. And we have Juno. Fam, we can't make this up. My peoples. Some Taurus energy here. You really have a divine counterpart approaching, especially if you have integrated this part of you. You really have a a divine counterpart approaching you, and it's going to expand you, and it's going to move you forward away from the things of old, low self-esteem, areas of self-defeat, the feelings of inadequate and not being enough, but coming to see that you're actually truly accepted just where you are, and moving towards, because this expansion, moving towards greater resources, greater material, greater love, greater beauty, more confidence, more strength, more assurity. This is what this partnership within you, and for those that have already integrated those parts of you, this is coming now outside of you. 3317 at the time of me seeing that. But yeah, let's get a crystal, and Mama Soul is out of here. Okay, this is a spiritual blessing from the divine to come and bless the individuals that have truly been facing themselves, that has truly been facing and going into the depth of their ancestral roots, going and facing the deep mysteries within the shadows of trauma, pain, past lives, etc., and really desiring to bring these things to an end, to bring them asunder. This is the divine that is ushering it into those individuals. And for those individuals that within your heart you desire to achieve and to have such a thing, however this love or partnership may look for you, there's work that you need to do, and there's investigations that you need to do, and there's observations within your own emotions to see how pure and how true they really are. And there's a stronger need for an integration and a collaboration within the two parts of who you are, of masculine and feminine, and all that is of heaven and of earth. Christo, and I'm out. Thank you for being here. It is truly a pleasure to serve. It really is for me. I give forth much gratitude and thanksgiving to be able to be present. I give thanks to the ancestors, the guides, our guardians, my higher self, my inner child, my shadow, my ego, my masculine and feminine energy within me. Ashe. We have rutilated quartz. I'll show you the image. On the back, it says improves energy levels and increase life force. Maintain focus, increase feelings of self-empowerment, amplify courage and confidence. Look, fam, I said it. The affirmation: I am grateful that my vital life force provides me with the energy and motivation to live life to the fullest. Integrate. Wonder Twins, activate, get it together, because there's something greater. There's a perfect career, union, partnership. There's a love, intimacy, partnership, renewing of vow partnerships, mother father relationships, partnerships, dynamics just changing and shifting, especially for those that are honored to still have their parents well and alive on this day. But until next time, my beautiful Taurus collective, I am Mama So, and thank you for sharing your space with me. And once again, it is always a pleasure. Until next time, how do you do? I don't want to be like everybody else, but